So it's some random Wednesday in October, and Dream Theater, out of anybody, decide to drop the biggest surprise in the metal community? Probably this entire year. You've already heard it 1,000 times, and just like me, you're ready to hear it again another 1,000 times. Mike Portnoy is rejoining Dream Theater. The Dream Team is back, baby. So, to pull me back into uploading again, my favorite band, my favorite drummer, I just had to make a video about this. So you know how this usually goes. I open Instagram this morning to make my morning rounds in the 15,000 Instagram chats I'm in. And all of a sudden, I can't go more than 2 or 3 posts without seeing something Dream Theater or Mike Portnoy related. So first off, I think that this is a joke. So I'm thinking somebody thought it was April 1st when in reality it's actually the middle of October. Because let's be real here, Dream Theater is kind of 50-50 when they make their articles or some sort of news coverage or media uploads. Some of the fan art and whatnot, it's a little hard to look at. And so I look at the Insta handle and it's Dream Theater Official. Okay, what? Oh shit. Like, this isn't a drill. Next thing I do, I go to my Google feed. And so, like, don't ask me why, but, like, my Google feed is littered. It's literally filled with all this Dream Theater content. And, well, the first thing I see. So I read up on all this stuff, and then I have the idea to go to their official website. Because, you know, I still think that somebody is playing, like, a very cruel prank on me. And they have an official statement for me to read. Dream Theater announces the return of drummer Mike Portnoy. Dream Theater will be going into the studio to begin work on their 16th studio album, and the first with Portnoy since 2009's Black Clouds and Silver Linings. And then it goes through statements of everybody in the band. Now, I'm not going to read all these out to you. You've, 1, probably already read them, 2, had somebody read them to you, or 3, all of the content that you have seen somebody covered has been on this stuff. Okay, so after all of that, I think we confirm that it's real. I really hope that I'm not dreaming. Let's finally start talking about this a little more. I can't keep this smile off my face. First up, Mike Mangini. You know, I really feel like he just needs a hug right now. Look, I feel bad for him. I feel sympathy, sorrow, and actually sadness. No other drummer fits this band better than he does. I got into Dream Theater during an era when Mike Mangini was their drummer, so my bias between both Mikes is decently fair. I can't imagine any of Dream Theater's albums over the past decade without him. And while we're on the topic of his music specifically, I mean, I don't see any reason for this, but I really hope all of Mike Mangini's work does not get put on the back burner when it comes to their live shows. I mean, I love every single track off of A Dramatic Turn of Events. Distance Over Time absolutely slaps. And A View from the Top of the World is one of the most well-rounded albums from a drumming perspective. I don't know what I'd do if they never played, I don't know, Lost Not Forgotten, Enemy Inside, Untethered Angel, literally anything off of Dramatic Turn of Events. Look, Mangini really made a name for himself. And so much has happened without Portnoy. I really hope they don't just jump back into their live shows like it's 2008 or 2009. And I really like this tweet because it describes exactly how I feel.
I feel for Mangini. I really liked what he contributed to the band, especially A Dramatic Turn of Events and Distance Over Time. But it's fucking Mike Portnoy.
I mean, it's Mike Portnoy, come on. So let's talk about it. Look, the 16th studio album, ooh, yay. We'll get into that a little later. First off, I need a reunion tour. Like now, like right now. Capitalize off of this. I'm begging you. Before you start to make all this money off the new album, at least play a few shows, please. There is an indescribable amount of money that I would pay to go to one of these shows. Like my favorite drummer ever playing in my favorite band ever. Look, last week I was legit thinking to myself, the chances, the probability of me ever seeing Mike Portnoy in Dream Theater, it probably won't ever happen. And here I wake up this morning and you're telling me that it is going to happen? I can't wait for an album. I need tours. I need shows. I need a tour. I need something right now. Staying on this topic of touring for a little bit, I have a list of demands. Here are my list of demands. I need the 12-step suite entirely played live. I need Portnoy to play through Metropolis Part 2 in its entirety live. I've already seen Mangini do it once. If I see Portnoy do it, my life will be complete. I need both Portnoy and Mangini on stage together doing a Dream Theater medley of both of their materials from both eras of Dream Theater. One big medley. That would be crazy. Also, it can be no shorter than 45 minutes in length. Staying on the topic of medleys, I need Portnoy and the band to do more medleys because the two that we got previously before he left the first time, that wasn't enough. We need more medleys. And lastly, play a little bit of LTE live. Like, not all of it, just a little bit. There's a lot of good stuff in there that I feel like just gets neglected in a live scenario. We need a little bit of LTE. Okay, let's talk drum sets. I am a drummer after all. So one of my biggest questions is, what's it going to be? You're back in Dream Theater. Are we going to continue breaking records and combining 3 kits, making them one massive kit? Or are we going to stay this more simplistic route that we've been doing for the last half a decade, give or take? What I'm trying to say is I am more than eager seeing what drum kit erupts out of this madness. We go with this 2000s look that is absolutely huge to Dream Theater and Mike Portnoy and their image and his name. Or maybe we go a little more Avenged Sevenfold, Sons of Apollo route. Or we keep it simple with the Winery Dogs look. I'm sorry, my mind is racing right now. I was running through the house just screaming. I mean, Alex thought somebody died. Oh yeah, did you hear that? They're making a 16th studio album. They're making a studio album. Like, looking at it now, View was actually quite a bit ago. Like, that album's older than I thought. And now that I'm really thinking about it, we are really due for some new Dream Theater stuff. Well, along with today's news, probably the most overlooked aspect is the fact that they announced that they're in the studio right now, creating a new album. Like, it's crazy when a band announces that they're writing new material, especially when it's their 16th album. But somehow today, that was the point that was most definitely overshadowed. All right, of course I'm more than excited for this new album. Like, come on. But I mean it when I say it. It has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Here's why. It cannot be a letdown, or that will be one of the biggest disappointments in metal. In my opinion, Distance Over Time was phenomenal. But the last time that Dream Theater made a true masterpiece with no skippable tracks, well, for me, that's Dramatic Turn of Events. And here we are welcoming back Mike Portnoy. This has to be good. And I mean, I have full faith in the band, and I'm not doubting them in any way. But this is my thing. I cannot overhype this album. I cannot overhype this album for myself. I cannot overhype this album for anyone else. I cannot overhype this. That is just something I have to get in my head. We're allowed to be excited, but the moment we start overhyping this, that's the moment we ruin something fantastic for ourselves. Alright, well, I know that was a lot. We're at the end of the video. This is crazy. Today, I have not been able to stop shaking. I might have even teared up a little bit. I've not been able to wipe this smile from my face. October 25th will be a day to remember. Not only in the prog community, not only in the metal community, not only in the drumming community, but just like music as a whole. Great things are going to come out of today. I'm so excited to see what happens. While this video was like really well produced and most of it was kind of scripted, and then a lot of it was also just thought off of the top of my head, there are so many things that I'm thinking about and I'm forgetting, and I'm going to remember while I'm editing. and I'm doing all this. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and I'm sure I'm going to put more of my thoughts in the comments, and I'm going to make this more well-rounded in the comments, and I am beyond excited for this. More Dream Theater stuff to come in the future, guys, like the really near future. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. And here's to a new era of Dream Theater.